Hi everyone, I'm going to show you a really quick tutorial on how to use Camtasia. So I have my media bin with my screen recordings, and I'm going to grab the one that I want to play with and stick it down in the tracks. I really like Camtasia because you can see all of your audio here, and it really helps you kind of figure out where your mistakes are or the areas that you want to pull out. So the first thing that I'm going to show you how to do is to remove a background color. Whoops. Make sure you just click on one video. Okay, remove a background color. You go over here to visual effects and then remove color. I've used it a bunch of times and accidentally pinned it a whole bunch. And then I actually have some that I know the exact color that I want to remove, and so those have that color pinned into them. One thing that I found incredibly useful was this little dropper. So you can grab the dropper and then you can kind of experiment with where you want the removal color to be. And then you mess around with tolerance and softness. And that actually worked pretty well right from the get-go. Okay, so I'm going to move tolerance and softness around just a little bit. And I'm not going to get it perfect right now on my tutorial because that can take a little bit of time. And I've actually found that when using a green screen, light is the most important thing. So I always do my recordings in my bathroom, which has the most light in my house. And I also have kind of a ring light that's blaring on my face, which makes it incredibly easy to remove the background. So this video that I made was pre-learning that tip. So my green screen was kind of like an olive green. Nowadays, it's kind of like a fluorescent green because of all the light. Okay, so I can make this little talking head of me as big or as little as I want it. I usually like to have it in the right-hand corner. The nice thing about the Camtasia setup, though, is that let's say I like having it in the corner for a little bit, and then when I get right here, I want to switch it to the middle. I can just move this bar and then make a cut. And so that takes these videos and slices them into two separate videos. And then I can move this guy over here. And so what happens is in the initial video, I'm on one side, and then if I need to move myself, I can really easily move myself over. Okay, the next thing that I want to show you is how easy it is to edit a piece of your recording out. So let's say right here I stumbled and I said a couple swears and I don't want to have those in my video recording. All I do is I grab my cursor, I position this little bar at the start of where I want to do my removal, and then I grab the red part and then move it over. Let's say, oh, I want to delete that whole thing, that was bad. And then I simply hit delete. And that will remove that entire chunk. And let's say I want to be really sure that this is what I want to remove. You see that green and red? Where you position those, you can hit play, and it's only going to play within that little area. So it's only going to play from the green to the red. And so that's really nice because if you have like a really finite thing that you need to move over, you can kind of play it over and over again and nudge the red. So I'm going to delete that, and then I'm just going to grab these remaining videos and just scooch them over. And that will create a really nice clean video that will have a really nice clean cut to it. All right, now let's say I want to highlight something. So I often like to do little boxes around things. Let's say I'm talking about LAN system change, and I want to make sure that they see that on the chart. So I can put a little square around LAN system change. And I really love purple, so I often will use purple when I make my boxes. So there we go, it's in purple. Maybe I want to make it thicker, so I can just bump up the thickness. Woo! LAN system change, everybody can see that now. And then you can make sure that you have this on for as long or as little as you need it. And so if we move our cursor bar, or we can play it, okay, it pops up and then it disappears. If I want it on for a really long time, I just have to extend this little box and it'll be in there. And I've actually done some really cool videos with these where I kind of made a graph in real time as I was talking about something. That was really fun. That was a lot of work. I don't know if I do that again, but it was a fun experience. Let's move that down. And then some other really fun things are cursor effects. So I like to use the magnifying glass, highlighter, the spotlight, sometimes, usually the magnifying glass. And then let's say I have a really great image and I really messed up on the narration. As I'm listening to the feedback, I say, oh my goodness, I totally described that wrong. You can go use the voice narration tool. And I'm going to start a voice recording right now. Hello, here's my voice. And I'm going to press stop. And I'm going to save that voice recording. The voice recording pops up here, and then you can move it to anywhere you need. So let's say, oh, I was moving the cursor around. I had a really good picture that I was showing here, but I just want to record over my voice. So you can actually just cut one of these at a time. So you can you can separate the audio and the video files, and now you can edit the audio separately. So let's say you want to cut out, exactly from where your voice narration started. You just make sure you highlight the individual part of the video that you want to cut, make a cut, go over here, make a cut. Oh, let me highlight that. Make a cut, and then you can pull that chunk out, and then boom, you've dropped in your new narration. So the tools are just endless. I haven't looked at everything in here, but I really enjoy using Camtasia. And I hope this really quick tutorial helped you out. And if you want to learn more about Camtasia, reach out and I would love to do a little Zoom tutorial with you. Bye-bye.